Welcome back, everyone. You guys know that I went on the Disney Wish, right? Glad to hear. Now, I'm gonna do a review video so that you guys can get like a general understanding of my trip. So, some basic questions people have asked me is, what was my favorite part of the ship? And I put I had a list in order, which I would say the Hero Zone is probably my favorite because it had like a bunch of games and stuff that we could play. Me and my brother, we spent most of our time in the Hero Zone. And the second one, we also really love the slide. Though at the beginning of the trip, it was like an ice monster first, and then the second half of the trip, it was just like scuba diving, which made sense at the end because it's a water slide. But it was an awesome ride. Like, I would recommend you guys go there first. Now, my third favorite part is the restaurants because they have like incredible shows. Like, it was unbelievable. It was amazing. They had the best food, and it was just great. So was the ship easy to navigate? That's like the main question that people have when they are about to go on the Disney Wish. And I would say yes, it's easy to navigate. I mean, it's not as confusing as people make it seem. It's basically just like a square in hallways, but there were maps on each of the stairs, which I thought was convenient to help find where we were supposed to go. But if the maps had a little bit more detail, it would have helped a little bit more in finding where the restaurants were, but I would say it is still easy to navigate. So my least favorite part of the ship, basically, I didn't have a least favorite part of the ship. The least favorite part of the trip, though, was how short it was. I wish we were on a longer cruise instead of 3 days because it was an amazing travel that I got to experience. So what did I do the most? Once again, I did the Hero Zone the most. It was phenomenal, just absolutely outstanding. There were so many games and stuff: ping pong, air hockey, foosball, basketball. You get to like hang out with other people. Now, what was the best food that I had? So it was the pasta at Marvel Night. That was probably one of the best. The pasta at Arendelle, which was also one of the best. Pasta at 1923. Yes, I had pasta all 3 nights that I was on the Disney cruise. But and the burger at Castaway Cay. Those were absolutely terrific. Like, I would eat those again in a heartbeat. Now, the best things to do on the ship would be the slide, the Hero Zone, and obviously ice cream, because, I mean, who could live without ice cream? Now, just exploring the boat, like, that's what me and my brother did. We explored the ship thoroughly, and it was amazing. Like, you don't need no tour, just walk around the boat. We wish we got, like, a bridge view, but we probably weren't allowed to go on the bridge, which I can assume why. But if you guys, like, need any advice, immediately go to the buffet when you get on the boat. That's what I would recommend, because it's really crowded at first. So if you're like one of the first people on the boat, go to the buffet immediately and get your food and then sit down, because it's gonna get like jam-packed, because that's where everyone goes when they get on the ship. Now, get to the bottom row, like when you're going into the theater, like for the shows at night. You want to go to the back row of the bottom section of the theater, because there's a bottom and a top 2 floors of the theater. You want to get the back section of the theater because you can see the most, and that's basically it. It's just the easiest to get to and easiest to get out of, because everyone's like not really rushing, but it's kind of crowded after and before the show ends, so you want to get to your seat first. Now, you don't want to miss any of the dining experiences. Marvel, Arendelle, 1923, they were amazing. I think there's more restaurants like on the 5-day and the 7-day cruises, but 1923, that one didn't actually have any shows, but there were so many like original pieces of artwork there that represents Walt Disney and stuff. I mean, it's a Disney cruise, but yeah, the Marvel, it had like these really cool shows where Ant-Man would you would use these button thingies on the table and then you would press them, and it was a very interactive, fun show to be at, and like made dining an entire new level. Arendelle, they had like a live performance where people actually got on the stage. My favorite person was like the Yoo-hoo guy. I'm not gonna do it for you guys, but the fat dude that like hoo-hoo. Okay, fine, I did it. Yeah, you want to go to all the shows. We had 3 shows, the princesses, because it's a princess themed boat. Then I think it was Under the Sea, and then my favorite one, which was Aladdin. Aladdin was absolutely great. Like, the genie in it was terrific. He made all the kind of jokes. It was absolutely wonderful. Now you want to go to the slide early in the morning because it does get crowded. When the slide opens is at 9, I believe, and you want to get there at like 8:50. If you're at the slide at 8:50, then you won't actually miss the slide because the line gets long when like right at 9. The line's like really long. We had to stand there for about 20 minutes, but the slide has good trafficking because there's multiple tubes. So as one person's going, another one's getting on, and then so on. So it's basically like an infinite loop. So you're moving like every 2 minutes, which is a good thing. Now, you want to try to park, you want to go to the port in a car. Like, if you fly by plane, I mean, I completely understand if you live in California and have to get to Port Canaveral, you're not going to drive all that way, but if you're close enough that you can drive, I would recommend driving, because on the ship there was a medical emergency, which kind of delayed us at Castaway Cay, and some people almost missed their flights, which causes panic. So I would just recommend driving to the port instead of plane. Now, yeah, so all the days that you're on the ship, you want to go to the buffet early in the morning when it's not crowded, like the first day, and you want to go to as many events as you can. So like character, like Guess Who's Behind the Curtain, villains game night, trivia, just all those things. Even though you might not seem interested in it, they make it fun, like really fun. Now, the service, it was amazing. Neoman, our server, he was probably the best server I've ever had on the Disney cruise. He had the greatest laugh. Like, I wish he could see this video that I'm making because he was amazing. He got our food there on time. He was always there. He was always smiling. Just excellent service. My favorite dining place, I would have to say, is Arendelle, which, I mean, after like the Yoo-Hoo guy, all the like crew, staff members, all the servers, like when they would go behind us, they would like, Yoo-Hoo, you want any water? It was funny. Like, we would wave at this one dude just by the corner, just like, hey. It was great. So why a Disney cruise? It's one of the cleanest and best family-friendly cruises, no matter what anyone else says. I mean, you can listen to their opinion, but I want you to form your own opinion, but I also want you to listen to my opinion. It's just, so here's the fact, they actually rank, they scored 100% from out of 12 of 15 safety inspections, meaning they're one of the cleanest cruise ships in the entire world. Now, things to do on the island. You want to go snorkeling, obstacle course, and feeding the stingrays, which I didn't do this trip. I wish I did feed the stingrays this trip because it was great when we went on the Disney Fantasy and the Magic and all those. Yeah, but we didn't get to feed the stingrays this time. But snorkeling, you get to see all these like cool things underwater, and the water is beautiful, absolutely terrific. And the obstacle course, it's just like a tradition. And is it my favorite ship? No, the Disney Fantasy is. Hope you all enjoyed this review video, and I will talk to you later.